apparently wheels cannot balance without power. So I had done a 50-kilometer long cruise. My state of charge at the time was 90 volts. And when I stopped and checked later with the smart BMS, which is still functioning, it reported 93.4 volts, which we could see there. 34 kilometers an hour. A slight incline slope. I have the PSI at around 29 actually, because I wanted to see what it takes to get that CX feeling, the CX321 feeling. So at 34 kilometers an hour, I'm riding like this, you know, with my standard posture. The wheel just goes off, man. The wheel just goes off, starts leaning down, and it's sort of like fainting, you know, like when you're getting choked out, because we get choked out all the time. And you just feel that, except you feel that, right? So since I ride my hills up, I ride my wheels up hills and stuff like that, and down and jumping and 180 and so on, I'm sort of like used to following it, right? After so many kilometers, it's just like a part of me and I just follow it. So if I'm drunk or whatever, you know, I just follow the wheel. So the wheel is going down, I'm just following the wheel down. That's it. And then all of a sudden, you're basically here, you know, maybe not this high up unless it's a V11, and you're down and you're here, you know, and this is where you'll be. So if you wanna, this is your fall, that's your fall. You wonder what it's like to fall? This is your fall. You're here, you're there. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So this hand is bruised because this took a big part of the hit. This knee got swollen. Oh, sorry about my huge electric unicycling calves. So I got swollen here and the swelling went down. And I slid quite a bit here. I ripped my ski pants. So this is where my ski pants ripped. This is my cheap ass XL moto jacket. So if we look here, the fabric on this area, so here, I was down here, right? I saw myself sliding like this. I was sliding on the asphalt like this. So I even have my phone and my power bank here. So I'm sliding on the asphalt like this. If you're sliding on the asphalt like this, now, to begin with, is padding going to help me here? You know, because this is a jarring fall. So you're here, you know, and that's it, you're down. And from the slide here, right, I'll show from this side, from the slide here, I ended up here. So the thing is, the jacket didn't move. This part of the material is like a bit thinner and a bit stressed. The jacket can't go down, it goes up. So here, now, you know, can slide off the last part there and roll. But basically you're gonna fall down like Superman, right? You go run as fast as you can with a blindfold on, and then get someone to kick your feet out from under you. Maybe not that violent, you know, because you flow it down. But you know, there's no running off. There's no running off the wheel. It's not a good thing to run off a wheel. Just slide it out. When I tried to run off my 16X at 28 kilometers an hour, you know, I just ended up like slightly twisting my ankle. So just adding to the damage. But the stress of the fall means I'm a bit bruised here. I always worry about the shoulder because this is separated from doing handstands. So I was doing in 2011 even. I was doing handstands and I was progressing to one-arm handstand from handstand push-ups against the wall. So I was going to try a negative. First a staggered and then a negative. And when I did it, I just got a bad angle and I fell out of it. And the shoulder got separated, man. And I couldn't sleep on it. And then I went skiing for the first time in the Alps, you know, with work. So it was like a work trip. And man, I fell so many times skiing because I couldn't turn, you know. So when I was going too fast, I just threw myself out. And then I really fucked up the shoulder, man. So yeah, after that I couldn't sleep on the shoulder for a year. And every time I was going to put up a cup on a higher up in a cupboard, I was just like, you know. So it's been a lot of rehab to fix that. A lot of rehab, a lot of working out. I've been bad at working out for the past couple of weeks, and I've been bad at working out generally in the past months because I just haven't felt like it, you know. But yeah, you know. This is a 2,664 watt hour Nikola Plus from One Rad, and I got it in June, like around June 19, and it's been working great, you know. But like all wheels are gonna work great until they don't work. And a motherboard just dying or a wheel just cutting power while you're riding it, that's a bit of a freak thing, but it's a freak thing within the lifetime of that wheel as well. If you look at my MSX, it has 14,000 kilometers on it, right? And when is it going to cut off? You know, is it just going to be like one day I'm going to get lucky and I'm going to go to turn it on and it isn't going to turn on? Or is it that just one day the motherboard is just going to say, okay, thank you, I'm going to turn off now, you know. Yeah, so the first that hit was my palm, my knee, and when you can't hold yourself up anymore, you know, our hands are just going to go down like you saw. Our hands are just going to go down. So this is just like the protect me part here, slow down the fall. Then we're going to go down here, then we're going to slide on here. So if you have elbow protectors here, you know, that's for that. You need forearm sliding stuff, you know. So the jacket held up really well. Lucky it was winter, so I had like all those layers of clothing. Cause man, me riding around in a tank top and shorts, doing 64 kilometers an hour at 2 o'clock a.m. Jesus, man. So yeah, I'm gonna have to rethink my life now, because it's one thing when you think that you're not gonna crash, you know, and that you want to be aware of your environment, but then you have this X factor of the wheel, you know. It doesn't have to, but it might, and it's very unlikely, and I'm the only one in the group. Of 50 riders, I'm the only one in the group that has had that kind of hardware failure. The other guys, they have overleaned their wheels. They have overleaned their wheels at 75 kilometers an hour, at 60 kilometers an hour, at 35 kilometers an hour for a V8, you know. And they've hurt themselves badly. Badly, man. Gear or no gear. I mean, look at Tobias. Tobias is 23 years old. 23. And he hit 72 kilometers on his Nikola seated, and hey, it all went great. But then another day, he was seated on his Nikola on soft pedal mode, and he did an aggressive acceleration, and he just fell off the front, man, seated. And he was wearing all the armor you can think of, and he broke his collarbone. You know, I don't want to separate my shoulder again. I don't want to break no collarbone and be disfigured. I'm already disfigured enough with this shit, man. I'm already disfigured enough just being 47. I was a beautiful princess when I was 17, man. What happened? So, yeah. Kind of gets you thinking, man. Kind of gets you thinking. So this happened on Friday. And on Saturday I went for a ride on the MSX. I sure didn't feel like going fast. And yesterday I went for a ride on the MSP. I sure didn't feel like going fast. I can tell you that. I was thinking like, when is it going to cut off? When is it going to cut off? When is it going to cut off? And I was flinching on every bump, on every imperfection. I was just flinching, man. But in the end I was able to relax on the MSP. And, you know, it was a nice ride. But for now I'll probably stick to doing 180s on trampolines or stuff like that. And yeah, I guess I'll practice wearing the helmet, man, because I'm lucky I got to keep on my teeth. My chin was nowhere near to touching the ground, right? But yeah, it's hard to say what nowhere near is. So yeah, kind of makes me think, you know, what if it would have happened to someone else who wouldn't have fallen as well? That's something to think about now. I'll put some stats and pictures in there, or I probably already have at this point, and overlaid them with my amazing dialogue. So yeah, I'm gonna have to rethink my, you know, just scaphoid protection would have done a lot, you know. Because if I put my hand down hard now, it hurts because it's bruised. And we have a lot of small bones here. And these small bones are sensitive to fracturing and being displaced, and hairline fractures and so on. My knee is fine, you know. But man, it was swollen. Like when I got home, I was like, oof. So when I fell and slid out, you know, I just got up and I'm like, oh my fucking God, how's the wheel? And I go to the wheel and it doesn't turn on. And I'm just like, oh man, my heart. So I wrote to the group in WhatsApp and I said, guys, I just fell, blah, 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 this and that. The wheel doesn't turn on. They asked me, do you need help? I said it would be great if someone could pick me up, because I'm like 10 miles from home. So Sebastian came after like 15 minutes, picked me up, put the Nick in the trunk, and dropped me off at home, man. And then I just sat there thinking that this must be a sign, because Diablo season 22 started. So maybe I should get cracking. Just kidding, I've already been cracking. I got a level 70 Crusader. But yeah. I guess I feel now that my natural limit is just about the speed where I fell. 32, 33, 34 kilometers an hour. I hit 40, 41 at some point yesterday, but I think like for fast riding, you know, 60, I'll want some gear for a while, because otherwise I'm just going to be thinking about this, you know, and I'm not going to feel free on the wheel. Riding an electric unicycle in the beginning, what it was about. Ow! Yep, that was stress on that shoulder, so then I know where that shoulder pain comes from. Can I do it again but better? How about lower? For lower, I'm done sliding out. Ow! So do the hands go first? Yeah, and then the knees. And then you're there. Wee! 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 Tuck and roll. Tuck. No. You need your feet to launch your lower body over your shoulder to tuck and roll. You need to run faster than you're falling and be here and there to tuck and roll. There. If you do this at speed, man, while your body's doing that, you're just like actually going to head plant, you know? You're actually going to head plant. Maybe you can run it off, you know, take 2 steps and like really roll it down there, but man, you're gonna roll again or to the side. So yeah, follow cruising, 34, it's like chilling, 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 wham, bam! So I guess that could be the new electric unicycle exercise. Yeah. Falling into a push-up. How close is my face? How close is my face to the ground? Yeah. Maybe with some acceleration, but I think the downwards acceleration is just limited to the actual fall. Otherwise, it's a forward movement. I'm not saying don't wear a helmet, okay? I'm lucky I got to keep my teeth. The teeth that I have left. So, yeah. So I'm gonna send that wheel away to OneRad so they can take a look at it and fix whatever they have to fix. I had done a little over 7,000 kilometers on it, and that's it. You know, I've enjoyed the hell out of it. It's been a great wheel. I've had a lot of fun on it. It was a lot of fun with the CX tire. At one point, I guess I did something stupid on it, so I have like a slight dent in the rim. Yeah, but that's it. So I will be on the MSP or the MSX, and I guess I will actually send in the 16X for repairs as well. So we'll see, we'll see. I guess this is who I am now. The part that worries me. It's good. It's good. I don't wanna get cranked. Don't wanna get cranked into some kind of. I guess here it's fine because it doesn't protrude down. I'm gonna take a nap now. And here it is, the death of my Nikola. Power button says no. No visible damage on the motherboard. Power button is not responding. Gonna get rid of all that padding. This is the main power distribution cable. It's an XT60. All the batteries are connected and go down here. And then here we have a cable that's going off to distribute power to the speakers. So you gently pry this apart. There. This is just silicone. So you got your multimeter. Black goes in calm. Put it to V. Put it for the highest V you're going to measure. Highest V I'm going to measure is 100. So I'm going to put it to 200. Yeah, maybe take that little... Take the protector out. Take that cap out. And we're going to see if the battery distribution is doing anything. So it says 93.4. Come on. 93.4. So power distribution is working. The last cable that goes in is in here. And these can't be put in the reverse, right? Because it's an XT60. So this goes back in. All these cables are in and secure. Here's the hall sensor that I removed. Here are the motor cables, sheathed bullet connectors. Right? So everything's in there. And that's it. The wheel is dead. that side's pretty empty. You can put a lot of stuff in there. You can put an alarm there. Like that motion sensor alarm that I have. So here's the top battery. Nicely siliconed around the axle. And that's it. A diagram. Each one has its own hole. Scuffing. And trolley handle bent. So the trolley handle got bent like this. The trolley handle deployed during the fall. And then it hit. So it got bent out of shape here. So it got bent in like that. And that's it. Right? This is the scuff and this is the scuff.